the arenas have been silent. But tonight, the game. Greetings from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Tonight, we come to you from the world-famous Boardwalk in Atlantic City, the centerpiece of this oceanfront gambling resort, where the spotlight sport is usually boxing. But tonight, basketball takes center stage in a special benefit game featuring some of the marquee names in professional basketball. As we bring you inside the Atlantic City Boardwalk Convention Hall, home to numerous World Championship fights throughout the years, perhaps best known as the site of the annual Miss America pageant since 1933. Tonight, though, the focus on basketball. These are your team-sponsored names, and looking around this ornate building with its rich history and texture, it's almost as if we've turned back the clock. Conjures up memories of basketball from days gone by. Why, this arena was once part-time home to the old Philadelphia Warriors. This evening, it's home to some of the biggest stars in basketball today, and they've come out for the game on Showtime. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Albert. Welcome to Atlantic City. The star-studded rosters for tonight's event feature many members of the last 4 teams to represent the United States in international competition. That includes the 1992 and 96 U.S. Olympic teams and the 1994 and 98 World Championship teams. All players participating in this game will do so without compensation. Net proceeds will be donated to UNICEF, Save the Children, Philadelphia, and local-based charities. And by virtue of the lockout, this could very well be the only game this season. With that, let me bring on my courtside partners. First, former head coach Bob Hill. What is it like to play in these types of games?
Steve, first of all, it's fun. It gives the players an opportunity to expose their talents. It's enthusiastic, and obviously it's entertaining. The downside are injuries. There's 16 big reasons tonight, Steve, that this game really needs to be played injury-free.
We should see a lot of one-on-one basketball, not much defense, but in your opinion, who will thrive the most in this environment?
There might be some defense. You can't ever tell. The point guards will always, in these kind of games, dictate the tempo, and tonight we've got 2 of the best in professional basketball. Tim Hardaway defines himself with his ability to shoot the 3. He's great in the open court. He's created this monster crossover dribble. He's great at penetrating, finding his teammates. He's even got a post-up game at 6 foot, so he's a handful. Now, on the other side of the ball, Gary Payton, they're both friends. This guy defines clearly himself by playing defense. His name's the Glove, although he's a very capable offensive player. As I said before, they're very friendly, and this morning they said, both of them looked me in the eye and said, we're playing to win tonight.
All right, Bob, let's bring on our other broadcast partner, one of the premier rebounders at all of basketball, the always effervescent Jason Williams. And Jason, I got to ask you, what about conditioning? What kind of shape are these guys in?
Well, first of all, let me ask you, when's the last time Bob Hill played in one of these games?
Hey.
I tell you what, you go running, you jog, you sprint, you do all the conditioning you can, you weight lift, but it doesn't reach out to the caliber of play you're about to have here today. So guys' timing is going to be a little off. Guys' condition is going to be off. So guys are going to be out here trying to push against each other. Let's see what happens. It should be interesting.
Interesting matchup at center. Patrick Ewing against Alonzo Mourning, 2 former Georgetown Hoyas, both coming off injuries.
Well, Patrick Ewing got hurt going against Andrew Lang and hurt his wrist. He came back into the playoffs, and he really didn't show much. You know, he was looking to get the ball a whole lot tonight. I don't think he's going to be getting it, but everybody in the metropolitan area is quite anxious to see what Patrick's going to bring to the game tonight. You know, Patrick is a great competitor. Let's see what kind of shape he's in. You know, he's one of the top 50 best players in this game, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does tonight. Well, you know, Alonzo Mourning always a fierce competitor. You know, I want to see if he smiles tonight. He never smiles when I go to play against him or any other center. He's always got that scar across his face, and he's mad and angry. But, you know, he did a great thing of bringing this game to us, and he came off a knee surgery also. So it's going to be interesting. 2 injured-prone centers for last year coming back just for a good cause, and let's see what happens tonight.
All right, so conditioning and timing should be major factors, perhaps pride as well. It is safe to say also we won't see much in the way of strategy tonight. Passing and playmaking usually give way to shooting and individual creativity in this kind of setting. However, the players have been talking up a good game since arriving here in Atlantic City. There's a lot of pent-up energy out there, and there's no telling what we may see. On that note, we are set for the pregame festivities and player introductions, so let's turn it over to our public address announcer here at the Boardwalk Convention Hall, Tom Elagia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Atlantic City Convention Center in Atlantic City, the world's largest playground for the game on Showtime. We're here tonight for 2 very good reasons. To see some fantastic basketball provided by some of the world's greatest professional basketball players, and to support various charities including UNICEF, Save the Children, Child Care Matters, Philadelphia Reads, Atlantic City Rescue Mission, Boys and Girls Club of Philadelphia, St. Christopher's Hospital for Children, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Philadelphia, and Trevor's Place. We'd like to thank tonight's sponsors and one, Aetna U.S. Healthcare, Planet Hollywood, Sean John, Just for Feet, Caesars Atlantic City, TheGlobe.com, MCI WorldCom, and Tucker Anthony for their support, and of course, Showtime. Tonight's game is being broadcast live around the world on Showtime Television Network. And now, let's get ready to meet the stars of the game. First, the red team. A 7-foot center from New York. He led the Georgetown Hoyas to a National Collegiate Championship in 1984. An 11-time All-Star. He was voted one of the 50 greatest professional basketball players of all time. Twice an Olympic gold medal winner, number 33, Patrick Ewing. A 6-foot guard from Miami, Florida. Former star at UTEP, where he perfected the killer UTEP two-step crossover dribble. He's been a 5-time All-Star. Number 10, Tim Hardaway. A 6'10 forward from Cleveland, Ohio, a 6-time All-Star whose professional team has qualified for the playoffs 8 straight seasons. Number 40, Sean Kemp. A 6'6 wingman from Miami, Florida, one of the best three-point shooters in basketball. He has taken his team to the playoffs all 11 years of his professional career. Number 9, Dan Marley. A 6'9 power forward from Utah, a former MVP. He was voted one of the 50 greatest professional basketball players. Twice and Olympic gold medal winner, number 32, the mailman, Carl Malone. A 6'7" shooting guard from Indiana. One of the greatest shooters under pressure. He once hit 5 threes in 1/4 of a playoff game. A 4-time All-Star. The man New Yorkers love to hate. Number 31, Reggie Miller.
I heard yours too. I heard yours too. No, they didn't fool me. I heard yours too.
A 6'5" shooting guard from Washington, D.C. Rookie of the Year in 1989. 6-time All-Star. He has averaged at least 20 points per game for each of his 10 seasons. Number 2, Mitch Richmond. A 6'8" small forward, a legend from Atlanta. He's known as the human highlight film for his acrobatic slam dunks. One of the most prolific scorers in basketball history. Number 42, Dominique Wilkins. And the coach for the red team, Sir Charles Barkley. And now for the white team, a 6'11" power forward from Seattle, who is one of the most prolific scorers in college history. He has been selected to the All-Star team for the past 4 years. Number 42, Vin Baker. A 6'10" power forward from Minnesota. He led his team to its first ever playoff appearance in 1996-97 and was selected to his first All-Star game. Number 24, Tom Gugliotta. A 6'7" guard from Orlando, Florida. 4-time All-Star. One of the most exciting young players in the game today. You know him as Penny. Number 1, Anthony Penny Hardaway. A 6'6" guard from New York. One of the best pure shooters in basketball. A 20-point scorer in the playoffs for 3 straight seasons. Number 20, Allen Houston. A 6'11" center from Miami, Florida. He is a 4-time All-Star. One of the toughest competitors in basketball. Number 33, Alonzo Mourning. A 6'4" guard from Seattle, Washington. one of the most exciting point guards in basketball, nicknamed the Glove for his defensive prowess, five-time All-Star, number 20, Gary Payton.
Yo, you see me?
A 6'8" swingman from Charlotte, North Carolina. One of the most exciting three-point shooters in basketball. Led his team in scoring for 7 consecutive years. An All-Star the last 3 years. Number 41, Glenn Rice.
Now.
A 6'10" forward from Sacramento. One of the most versatile forwards in the game. Known for his athletic dunks. Rookie of the Year in 1994. Number 4, Chris Webber. And the coach for the white team, the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Kind of close, brother. See all them bumps. I know Tim can't wait to run the pick and roll with Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing as Brian McKnight performs our national anthem.
For the opening tip, this is the white team known as Feet, the red team with Mitch Richmond, known as the Athletics. So as we close in on the opening tip from the Boardwalk Convention Hall, let's bring in the other member of our broadcast team, our roving reporter, Andrea Joyce. Andrea?
All right, thanks, Steve. You know, some of the players who are not participating in this game tonight bought blocks of tickets and donated them to local youth organizations. So the hall is loaded with lots and lots of kids. And regardless of what you think of this entire situation, know that there are plenty of kids out here who almost can't even believe that they are here. And time now to introduce you to the two coaches for tonight's game, coaching the white team, one of the greatest players of all time, Oscar Robertson, and making his coaching debut for the red team, future Hall of Famer Charles Barkley. And Charles, we have seen you as a player collect your share of technicals. What will the folks expect to see from you, do you think, as a coach? Are you going to tone it down?
No, I'm going to do like a regular NBA coach today. If we win, I'm going to take credit. If we lose, I'm going to blame my players. I'm just here to support the union. I wish I could play in this game, but I just had surgery. But I just want to be a part of this because it's a good night.
The average age of your team is 5.5 years older than the white team. Does that worry you at all?
Not really, because they've had plenty of rest, so they shouldn't be tired.
All right, well, the fact remains, Coach Robertson, that you do have the younger legs. What kind of a strategy do you... Well, no, your team does. What kind of strategy can you employ then to take advantage of that?
Well, I got my good guards and Penny, and I think that we'll be fine as long as he's in the game.
What do you think? You know, all these guys have admitted to not being in basketball shape. How do you think that's going to affect the tempo?
You know, as soon as the competition gets picked up a little bit, you'll see whether they're in good shape or not, because they don't want to be embarrassed out here tonight.
Your players are all big fans of yours. Anybody ask you for an autograph yet on your team?
Oh, no, they don't want my autograph for that.
Oh, yeah, they do. All right, guys, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you later on. Back to you, Steve.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Charles Barkley always has a way of capturing the moment. This up.
Yeah. Hey, guys. You guys know how to play.
Well, this may be a first. Yeah, you guys know how to play. I was just about to say Charles Barkley at a loss for words, but he He sums it all up, doesn't he?
He's no Luke Conaseca. But I guarantee you he gets a technical foul today. Bob Hill will donate $1,000 for my favorite charity.
Yeah, your pocket.
Well, you know, with so much uncertainty, controversy for those players involved here tonight, as you see the guys coming onto the floor to the applause, this has to be just a giant, albeit temporary relief, just to get out there and play some basketball.
I think there's no doubt about it. I think it's going to be really fun for them, as we said at the top of this game. And I think they're going to get a good run. They're going to do some exciting things. And maybe most important, they're going to find out just how good a shape or not in shape they really are.
Well, the officials you saw from the USBL, and we're just about ready to toss it up. Mel Cheatham, Al Mayles, and Kevin James, the three arrests. Penny Hardaway set to go. Warning against Ewing, and the red team control. The Athletics, spearheaded by Tim Hardaway. First shot of the game. The ball there. Karl Malone delivered.
Body shot. That's what they push you to. Catch it. Don't hesitate. Make a quick decision. Shoot the ball if you're open.
And a quick release by Glenn Rice, who is hoisting them from everywhere in warm-ups. Here comes Hardaway, high-stepping it down to Ewing. In and out. Rebound, Vin Baker. Here's Payton. Oh, pretty pass to Baker. Stops and pops. And Malone yanks it down.
I tell you what, this is a pretty good pace we got going. I don't know how long it's going to last, but they're going up and down.
Fourth quarter could be an endurance test. The jump hook by Dominique Wilkins.
Now, the fourth quarter will be when Patrick and Alonzo catch the ball.
There's Penny Hardaway off the injury rack year. No look pass down low to Rice, and he's hacked, and it counts.
I think both sides are glad right now that we got a break in the action. I think that Glenn could have just went up and shot that, but he went for the foul just to slow it up so these guys can get a breather. But they seem to be in good shape, Steve.
Yeah, so far so good. We'll see how things transpire as time goes on. Glenn Rice, 9 years. We could see a nifty three-point shooting contest before this night is out between Rice and a fellow named Reggie Miller.
Well, I got Glenn Rice for the MVP. Glenn's just a pure shooter, the best shooter in the league. And I think he's going to win the MVP award tonight if his team wins.
3-2 right team. Malone with a curl down low to Wilkins. Wilkins batted out of bounds by Gary Payton with 6 on the shot clock.
Alonzo and Gary just switched that random pick and roll. Alonzo looked at Gary like, what are you doing? I got to guard Hardaway, and luckily Timmy didn't take him off the dribble.
Off the open jumper, Hardaway can't connect. Here's Dominique Wilkins. Wilkins gets free and is batted away beautifully by Morning. Wow. Yeah, this is Rice. He pulls up for 3. Watch out. And Reggie Miller with the rebound.
That might be his second rebound of his career.
Whoa! To the human highlight film.
I grew up watching that. That's my favorite dunk of all time besides Julius, the Dr. J. Irving.
I would think that he got his last shot blocked, and maybe he wouldn't want to try that, but he got up a little higher that time. That was terrific effort on his part.
And an easy 2 for Gary Payton. No defense there whatsoever. Hardaway. Miller opens the 3. And it's kept alive by Wilkins with the hook.
Oh, my goodness.
Dominique trying to get the early.
He's trying to get a contract down here.
Morning, though. Here comes Hardaway. Barreling down court. There it is. Beautiful ball fake for the scoop.
Haven't missed a step. That's Timmy.
He is a guy that just absolutely is at his best in the open floor. When you coach against him, you really work hard to keep him out of there if you can.
End-to-end action here at the outset. Can they keep up this pace? Quick turnaround Morning, in and out. Baker keeps it going.
Like Bob said, when the big men start getting the ball in the post, that's when everybody else is tired.
That's right.
Here's Penny Hardaway, greeted by Miller. Baker, across the lane, no, Ewing. Tim Hardaway, left hands it over to Karl Malone, chipped it underneath, shifted by Penny Hardaway. Here comes Payton.
This could be trouble.
No look to Hardaway, no look, Robert Morning on the finish.
That's 2 guys supposed to have bad knees finishing those plays. One with the block shot and Alonzo Morning with the power jam.
2 consecutive no-look passes. Tim Hardaway unable to hit. Baker brings it down. Long swing by Penny Hardaway. Payton tied up by Tim Hardaway.
Has there been a foul called yet?
Don't expect too much. Look at these low passes. Oh! Let's forget the low.
You know you're tired when you start shooting and passing everything from your kneecaps.
8-7 in favor of the Red Athletics, coached by Charles Barkley. And it is trained by
Well, Alonzo Mourning has to play well tonight because he's one of the big guys who put this thing together. You know, he had a big part in putting it together, him and his agent. So I'm sure he wants to make sure that the fans get their money worth tonight because it's going to such a great cause.
It'll fade away by Ewing.
Both centers have caught the ball already in the 7-minute mark in the first quarter.
Now that's incredible.
Knocked out of bounds by Dominique Wilkins.
I asked Patrick this morning, how are you going to get him to throw you the ball in a game like this? He said, don't worry about it. I got it covered.
Well, we've got an official timeout. The white team on top by the score of 9-8. And we are off to a very brisk start here.
Hey man, when y'all get that ball to Tim, man, he's the best at running a fast break. Just keep it, y'all just got to run the floor. Every now and then I get some more feet. Great job of running the break, Tim. Hey man, nobody out here being no hero. If you need a break, take a break now. That's the only time you can get hurt if you're tired. So if you need a break, take a break. We don't need nobody playing no killer minutes. Anybody need a break now?
Man, that look like old time, dog. Yeah, it looks like old time. Every now and then.
And here, look at the defense.
I'm out, hell.
Nice block. Benny Hardaway coming through.
Good job, guys.
Anthony Hardaway showing everybody right now that he is not hurt. Good block there. A lot of defense being played in here to surprise a lot of people. You know, a lot of guys got a lot of pride. They're not going to come out here in front of 8,000 or 9,000 people and be showed up. These guys are coming out here. They're playing defense. They're making it difficult for each other. This isn't like the Alonzo Mourning game down in Miami where people just come out ready to get autographs and stuff. You got players going at each other here, and they want to find out where they're at right now with their conditioning, with their game. And a lot of guys have been injured here, Steve and Bob. You know, they want to see how their limbs are holding up right now to this kind of pressure and this kind of caliber.
Well, thus far, the intensity level has been high. I can't say the same for the shooting percentages, but it is 9-8.
The ball's going to hit front rim for a while. I mean, the timing's just not there, but they're really trying. The effort, I think, is there, and as the game progresses, I think you'll see them shoot the ball better.
You heard Charles Barkley say to his team, don't be a hero. We haven't seen any substitutes as of yet.
And here goes Charles Barkley, who told Bob Hill before the game, he says, Bob actually was going to go into coaching. He says, no, I'm too smart for that. Oh, another block.
Yes. Ewing got a hand on it. Here's Tim Hardaway. Back to Ewing. And that one is rejected. That was a finger roll. Here's Miller for three. He's missed his first two from downtown.
I tell you what, these guys are really going at each other. You know, I thought they'd be letting those go. You know, that's Patrick Ewing, one of the top 50 best players in the nation, and then they sending it right back to him. And me playing in New Jersey and him playing in New York, I have no problem with seeing it get sent back to him.
15 on the shot clock. Off the inbounds to steal by Miller. Here's Tim Hardaway. Can't keep it alive, and bodies are flying everywhere. Alonzo Mourning goes to the deck. Baker.
No transition defense, so they need a timeout. What do you think?
Yeah, I tell you what, Bob. Alonzo Mourning fell down, rolled over about 5 times before he got back up. You know, they might need a timeout to get a little bit of rest. But these guys seem like they're playing pretty hard. Reggie Miller can't connect nowhere here tonight.
Miller again missing from three. Here's Vin Baker bringing it down on the wing to Rice. Rice for three. And he rattles that one down.
Now that guy's not going to miss hardly any of them, you know. Him and Chris Miller and Miller might be the two best shooters in the league right now.
All right, let me see.
The pump fake by Mourning. And it is broken up. Miller got a hand on it to Malone. Here comes Tim Hardaway now. Hardaway getting the step on Payton, but a reach and a rare whistle.
Well, I tell you what, Steve, you know what's hard when you play against somebody every day. Alonzo Mourning, and Patrick Ewing are going against each other all day long down in Georgetown in the summertime, and they know all each other's moves. They know when they're tied. They know which way you're going to turn. So it's a lot difficult for those two guys to go against each other and make a spectacular play.
Well, that was number 1 on Gary Payton, the white team, out to a 9-0 run, and they lead at 14-8. White team coached by Oscar Robertson. Here's the red team with Charles Barkley.
We made some substitutions. I don't want nobody out there to get tired or hurt. Y'all got too much at stake, man.
Vince Baker looking like he went about 10 rounds with Junior Jones or somebody.
Well, Bob Hill has the telestrator by his side.
You know, one of the things that always is a key ingredient to a good fast break is a point guard throwing the ball ahead, having that idea to get the easy basket. And here we're going to see Gary Payton take it on 2 or 3 dribbles. He sees a wide open teammate, gets it ahead right away for an easy basket. It's one of the things that makes him what he is. He's always seeing the floor. His teams always run very hard. It's a very poor job on the part of the red team. They certainly didn't get back on defense, but Payton beats defenses a lot.
Well, he's been doing that, and that's why he's one of the best point guards, and everybody wants to play with Gary Payton, not only because he can distribute the ball, but his defensive presence. You know, he makes it easy on the big man. When he stops guards from penetrating, then the big men don't get into foul trouble, and they get a chance to play a little more, and it helps your team right out.
Perennial all-defensive team who is so durable as well. He's missed only 2 games in 8 years.
Like, down, big. Yeah, bend down. I'm on now. Say it again. Say it again. I'm about to slow this shit down.
Thank God this is Showtime.
Well, it is cable. Some colorful language in the red area there. The red that missing, as you saw, their last 7 shots, so they're looking to get their act together.
That's the guy I thought would want to play a quicker pace. But throughout this morning at the walkthrough, he worked his tail off. He and Mitch Richmond were here for 30 extra minutes playing one-on-one. He got great sweat.
Well, we've got some substitutions as Mitch Richmond connects. Coming over from Sacramento to Washington this past May. Let's see, who's into the ball game? Sean Kemp for the red team, Dan Marley for the red team. So Tom Gugliotta for the white team, Allen Houston for the white team.
Tom Gugliotta, right out of New York, one of my favorite all-time players. You know, I hate going up against this guy, but I feel great when I play against him because he is such a competitive, versatile forward. Bob, I think he's one of the most versatile forwards in the game today.
And I think also he's just gotten better since he came to the league. I thought when he was early in his career, he was outstanding. He's been traded a couple times, and it's been hard to understand. I think he's really got himself established at this point.
The foul on Kemp. Yeah, originally a number 6 pick by Washington, traded with 3 first-round picks to Golden State for Chris Webber, then dealt to Minnesota for Daniel Marshall, who has blossomed out at Golden State. 15-10 for the white team. The pull-up by Miley.
Wow, look at Dan, looking good. There goes a guy who they say his career was over, and he comes back and playing a game like this to show everybody he's healthy, and hit a couple of buckets.
Injury riddled the last 2 years. And just like that, the red team within 3. Morning bangs it off the rim. Kemp keeps it alive at the bounds off Webber.
Alonzo begging Patrick to come out, he wouldn't come. Patrick won that duo.
Well, the substitutions giving the red team some new life. Quick turnaround by Kemp. Rebound Gugliotta. Gugliotta, one of those guys you want on your team. Here's Penny Hardaway now. No look to Alonzo.
Wow, that's just brute strength right there. He just Patrick Ewing out of the way and dunked it right on him.
Seeing a lot of good passing, though. It was a good pass by Penny. The play before, Tim had a great pass.
As you say that, Ewing coughs it up. And here is Penny Hardaway. Crowd loves it. Cross court, Allen Houston with the pure touch, in and out.
Here goes another one.
And Morning, who said this would be an intense affair, one of the hardest working players in basketball.
I tell you what, I miss this action. This is great. You know, it's killing me to sit over here on the side, but wow, these guys are playing.
Number 2 on Kemp. Alonzo Mourning shot 67% from the line last year. Just a fierce competitor.
Bob, what you think makes a bad free throw shooter like myself?
You know, you've got no confidence, and you don't work on it. I've been at practice. You don't work on it.
Well, I tell you what, that's the truth. I will go with you. Don't work on it enough times. But with your buddy over there, John Calipari, keeping me there for 6 hours, he forgot I'm union. I'm trying to get out of there.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be a good free throw shooter. It's a one-piece shot. If you gain some confidence, that's all you got to do is get some confidence, get some rhythm, get a ritual, do the same thing every time. You'll make a high percentage.
Bob, this is free advice. You should charge Jason for this.
Believe me, he will.
You'll get a bill in about a week. A bill from Bob. 17-12 in favor of the white team. Is Gugliotta set to inbound. Alonzo Mourning is going to get a breather. And it looks like an official timeout, and the players don't mind that.
I tell you what, nothing for nothing. These guys out here, they're playing hard. You know, I've been in games right now where with this much time left in the first quarter, you got about 40 points by each team. These guys are playing defense. This is an NBA game. You know, guys are playing hard.
You know, those spin down kicks just always go over the top. Make them line the ball up.
Take a look at some of this
Kicks with a back fix.
terrific pass work, particularly Penny Hardaway.
Wow. Penny's always been a great passer. When he was a point guard early in his career, he showed that ability. They've moved him to the two-guard some. He still initiates a lot of plays from that position, but has a real sense of where his teammates are on the floor and has always been a very willing passer. And at 6'7", creates a lot of problems in that regard for his opponents.
Got 3 assists. He sees the floor just about as well as anybody. Sometimes accused of being a little bit on Seattle as the Big O takes a seat.
Well, it's great to see these guys looking up to somebody. You know, that's the problem we have in the league and in the sports in the whole today is that you got young guys who come in and get big sneaker deals and stuff, and they don't really respect their elders, the guys who made the league and paved the way for them. So it's great for these guys who have been in the league only 4 or 5 and probably average those years out, and to come in here and respect a guy like Oscar Robertson.
How many of these guys on the floor do you think can average a triple-double in a season?
Michael Jordan's not his.
Here's Tom Gugliotta posting up. The bounce pass to Payton, knocked away by Kemp, and they're saying goaltending.
I tell you what, that looked like it was on the way up to me. Looked like he just threw it up so high. You know how high Sean Kemp jumps.
You know there's not going to be a lot of illegal defenses, or are there going to be a lot of goaltends called?
Look at these good. The ball's still going up to me. Oh, that's a bad call. They missed that one.
No question.
This is the largest lead for the white team, 20-12.
I tell you what, Karl Malone looks great. He don't never get out of shape, do he?
This morning when he walked in the gym, everybody turned and looked. He had a presence, so there's no question. He isn't working hard. He is
I think they turned to look to see if he has some more hair on his head.
Well, he didn't have your typical off season. He was wrestling Dennis Rodman, talk radio. Here's Vin Baker. He dribbles into heavy traffic, picks up the loose pieces.
Yeah, Karl has come out of his shell a little bit up in Utah. You know, he's got his own talk radio show up in Utah now, I think it is, and he's wrestling and a whole lot of other things, you know. It's good to see Karl. Karl does have a good personality, and he should share it with us.
Oh, nice pass by Malone. Sean Kemp.
Ooh, look at that rebound.
He goes right back up for it. Sean Kemp, who broke in at 19 when they called him the man-child. Loves that wide-open game. Tremendous inside.
I've never seen Karl Malone make a pass like that before. That was unbelievable. Off the dribble, down for a layup.
When you get older, you get wiser. You should know that, right, Bob?
Here's Weber.
Man, we can't switch.
Weber, former #1 pick, yet 3 teams in 5 years. 10-point lead.
I tell you what, I speak to John Nash, our general manager, about Chris Webber, and he tell you all the time, if Chris Webber is the best player he ever had an opportunity to manage. You know, Chris Webber has some kind of talent. You know, he gets a rap of not playing hard every night, but I tell you what, every night I play against Chris Webber, he does come to play.
Pretty move by Allen Houston. There's the curl from Marley to Richard for 3.
Well, maybe the reason he comes to play against you all the time is he knows he's going to have success.
Bob Hill trying to get his back dirty on Showtime.
Wow. Not mixing words. 26-14, the white team.
I had that one covered. He sends a limo to my house. He wants to make sure I don't get hurt on the way to the game.
Dan Marley from the boardwalk. That was way deep.
That's what he's known for, making those long threes.
Now Allen Houston has it swiped away by Malone, recovered by Baker, and the Gugliotta. Pretty pass by Vin Baker.
Light-skinned people can jump. My man, Tom Goog.
Richmond with a stutter step. Back to Miller. Trying to get the hot hand from downtown. Turn around, got the foul. Doesn't get the roll.
You know, one thing that's stuck out in this game so far is their willingness to pass. There's been a lot of extra passes and very unselfish passes.
That's 2 on Peyton.
There's Karl Malone's pass.
Yep.
Off the dribble, just like his teammate Stockton.
And Sean Kemp goes back up strong and makes sure he makes it. Now, if this was a charity game, he would have missed that and smiled off and ran down. But this is not an ordinary charity game.
Let's not get carried away. He got that second shot over Allen Houston. It looked like it was over one of the front line guys.
Mitch Richmond, perhaps the most underrated player in the NBA, but not by his peers. Michael Jordan considers him one of the top 3 players in the league.
I agree with you. You know, and Mitch is a tough guy. You know, he comes to work every day. I know he couldn't get out of Sacramento fast enough. You know, I just wish they would have traded him back to a West Coast team.
Yeah,
I'm sure Kerry Kittles and Kendall Gill want to see Mitch Richmond 4 or 5 times a year.
Fade away. Baker gets the roll. 5 years out of the University of Hartford. 30-19. The white team opening things up. Nice pass inside by guess who? Karl Malone.
Well, we've seen that before. That's right to John Stockton. That's the play they've been doing for the last 12 years. That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
And Richmond, the beneficiary. And there's a 3 by Mr. Weber. Rick Weber, so charismatic, usually very dangerous around the basket, sometimes questionable decisions from the outside. That time he nailed it. Fell out of his hands. Got it back for Kemp.
He dropped the nail back. I tell you what, and Bob would tell you also, you can hear all the talking that's going on out here. So when you're talking, you know you're playing defense. You got guys switching and rotating. So these guys are really going at each other out here tonight.
Time running down. 5 seconds remaining in the first.
I got it.
That's another guy our 2 and 3 men don't like to see. Allen Houston.
Yeah. Here's Miller. Kugliata hits the deck. Farley.
Oh, man. Now that was a great quarter. Great quarter of basketball right there.
A 35 points scored is
Your opinion, are they going to be able to salvage the season?
Well, I've been wrong everything I've done interview-wise. My prognostication skills have been off, but I really see them trying January, and I don't think if they don't do anything then, I think you're in big trouble.
All right, thanks, Mike. Back to you, Steve.
All right, Andrea, thank you very much. The white team off to a blazing start from the floor, shooting 56%, the red team at 36. There's a steal by the red team. Dominique Wilkins, look out. The trailer. By Morning and a foul.
Woo! How about Dominique Wilkins? Low post defense. Active. Great steal.
And I think Dominique Wilkins will be coming back into the NBA this year. You know, and he's showing everybody that he can still be the old Dominique of you. Well, you know, I tell you what, though, Steve, I'm looking at Mike Wise, so let's go back to this video and play. Look at this. Now, he must have been 2 feet over the rim right now when Alonzo Mourning went and got that shot.
Well, there's been some good blocks, some great passes. They're trying to get up and down the floor. I think the effort up to this point's been terrific.
Mike Wise, you know, is a good guy. He was our beat reporter with New Jersey, and somebody needs to lock out his hairstylist. Good gracious!
Here's Bryce over the Morning.
See Karl Malone after the game.
There's a theme here, Jason. Morning has 9.
Well, he's been killing me for years. I had to get him back on national television.
You got a long way to go, Jason.
He's a good guy, though.
Tim Hardaway waits for his backcourt mate, Mitch Richmond. Richmond fires it up over Baker.
I tell you what, Mitch is playing well. You know, Glenn Rice been a little quiet, you know, just going through the motions right now. You know, I think Glenn Rice is the best shooter on the court, and I just can't wait for him to get hot because he's the one guy who can really light up these fans right now.
And Gary Payton not expecting that pass back by Penny Hardaway, who says my fault.
You know, that was the guy you just said was had labeled as selfish. He had an open shot, and he threw it right back to Gary Payton.
Mitch Richmond out. Don't believe everything I say, Jason. Wow. Hardaway from about 35 feet.
He shot that one from Donald Trump's box.
Now, about 10 years ago, Dominique would have got that as it came off the rim.
That's right.
That play right there, that's what he was known for, his tip bumps. Still going for him.
He's evolved from the greatest acrobatic sideshow to one of the premier offensive players in league history.
Well, Charles Barkley tells me the first thing to go is your legs in this game. You know, I have a few years before that starts happening to me. My game been left, but you know, my legs are still with me, thank God. But they said once your legs go, you start becoming a better basketball player, and as an athlete. You know, your athletic ability starts leaving you, and you start learning how to hit the little 15-foot jump shot, how to make the little jump ball. Instead of just trying to jump over people, you become a smart basketball player.
Beautiful play by Alonzo Mourning, creating this fast break for Gary Payton.
Another good pass by Penny. They reacted and got out another easy basket. And red team trying to respond by shooting threes, and it's not working.
Reggie Miller continues to have his difficulty, 0 for 4 from three-point range.
Bob, you're right. You know, Dominique Wilkins is going to the offensive glass hard. He will catch a putback back in a few minutes. He's going for every offensive rebound out there today.
The guy just absolutely loves to play basketball. He'll play as long as he can. He's one of those guys. He was born to play.
You had him where? In San Antonio for a brief spell. There's a turnaround by Alonzo Mourning, who buries it.
Well, there you go with Alonzo. He just put that in his game in the last 2 years. When Alonzo first came into the league, all Alonzo wanted to do was lift weights and come down and try to dunk on you every time. Now, he's getting a little older. He's understanding that guys are just as strong as he is, and he's putting some other things into his game right now. And the turnaround jump hooks, defense.
There it is. Sean Kemp throwing the foul. Mourning leads the way with 11 points, and that's his second personal.
The players that figure out that going to the offensive board creates easy baskets.
Thank you.
Figured that out a long time ago. But you know, you ready? Some of them get the ball back in the basket when they get it.
But some of them can shoot it back. I got to throw it back out to Sam Cassell, or you won't get that twice. You won't get the ball back twice again.
Sean Kemp able to hit both, and it's 41-28 for the Whites.
You asking a whole lot for $2.
Here's Penny Hardaway looking for the set. Miller won't give it to him, and Sean Kemp smothers the rebound. Here's Miller wide open. Gets it down to Dominique Wilkins. He's looking at the official going, you got to be kidding. And Rice trying to get on Lee.
I tell you, this morning he didn't miss any. I mean, he just made them all. And tonight he hasn't bought one, but you don't want to count him out. When he gets his rhythm, he'll start making all of them.
He's the one guy in the league who can miss 12 or 13 in a row and come back and hit another 12 or 13 in a row.
So is the guy that just shot. Very capable three-point shooter, and so is he.
That has to be money.
Reggie Miller finally connects, shakes his head. He says it's about time.
I think Reggie looked like he put on a pound or two.
He got it back to 10 finally. You know, Reggie's a competitor. He keeps looking at the score, and he's gonna want to get this team back in the game.
If Reggie gets any skinnier, we're gonna have to fax him back to Indiana.
Oh man, that is such old material from Jason. But it still works.
We got a game going on here.
All right, here's Mourning. They've got the numbers, and Sean Kemp to the rescue. Long pass down to Hardaway, wide open, gives it off unselfishly. Here's Dominique Wilkins, 1-on-2, continues to go with it.
Wow. You know, there was no way he was going to pass that ball. You know that.
Wow, no.
That was a terrific
I tell you what, Bob, he's in pretty good shape. That takes a lot of energy to pivot 3 or 4 times and go back up with a jump hook like that.
11 plus years with Atlanta. Atlanta's leading all-time scorer, over 23,000 points, and he's making a bunch. 11 points and 5 for 8 shooting, 5 rebounds.
I coached against Alonzo in his first professional game. And he fouled out, I think, in the beginning of the third quarter. I mean, he was like a bull in a china shop. He wanted to get every rebound, block every shot. He played so hard, he's so physical, and he just didn't understand when he fouled. You know, it was kind of sad, but his effort's always been like that.
As effective as he can be, do you still think he's looking to reach his full potential?
I think he can get better offensively. Yeah, I really do. I think he's made great strides.
And there he is, showing it in.
And looking over at Charles Barkley and letting him know he can hit that shot all day. 'Cause I know what Charlie's telling him, you're not that good. That's what he tells me every day.
Hardaway rims it. Are we going to start with the talking now? Here we go.
Here you go. That's right.
Here's one of the masters, Gary Payton. The post up by Hardaway. Out to Morning straight away.
He's making you look like a genius, Bob. And I know you've been coaching when you used to have to take the dinosaurs to the game instead of the bus. I know you know what you're talking about.
Patrick Ewing back in there. Long cross court to Hardaway. Whoa! The look away to Malone. He bangs it off the back iron. Fast break for the white team. No look. Passes all around. Rice has it blocked for the foul. Wow.
Lots of great passes.
Wow, Zoe is just coming out here to play all day long. He's been going up, and that's about the second or third dunk he blocked here tonight. I like to see how many block shots we have in the game tonight as a total as both teams.
Well, our stat man, Dave Freed, will total them up.
Wow, Alonzo Mourning is playing both ends of the court tonight. Look at this. Wow, here comes Karl Malone, and you don't get in Karl Malone's way, especially not in a benefit game. You know, and Alonzo Mourning goes up there and just rejects it. The zone!
Looked to me like he just adjusted it. Carl threw it off the back of the rim, but his effort was great, and he was up around the ball. He's playing to win. There's little doubt about that.
Rice, a career 84% foul shooter, hits them both. The white team has 4 blocks, the red 1.
Well, they're playing defense out here today. This is a good game. I'm excited about it. I'm glad to see it going this way.
16-point lead for the younger white team, largest lead.
Now, those are two buddies going at it like that. You think Patrick Ewing didn't have a lot of baskets. You think Alonzo Mourning to give him one, but this is not that kind of game.
Well, in that matchup, we highlighted at the outset, Mourning with 15, Ewing,
look at this,
with 0.
Patrick Ewing backing him up, and just don't have no legs to finish the shot at the end. Alonzo Mourning just leaning on him. Alonzo Mourning told him, "You're going to play with me today, you better bring your lunch, big fella."
And the red team turns it over. Ball goes out of bounds. 6:52 and counting in the first half. Gary Payton in deliberate fashion. That's something I haven't said. Quite a pace here.
Hey!
Throws it from 3.
There goes my MVP today.
Wow. I'll tell you what, this red team they need a timeout, or Charles needs to do something. He's just sitting over there. Look at
him. Charles thinking about where he's going after the game and how much money he's going to lose on the blackjack table.
Well, another big run here for the white team.
I think maybe he should consider playing.
He should go in there and change. That'll get the crowd going again. Come out at halftime.
He may have that uniform underneath the suit. It's Weber.
And you know what they said? Well, I was talking about before. Somebody told me that Charles Barkley was put on a lot of weight, that he was Charles Barkley. Not Charles Barkley, but Charles Barkley.
I told you that he looked good.
Yeah, and I looked at him today. I went over and gave him a hug and checked him out, and he looks great. Wow. Good move. Ooh, but
These young guys in the white uniforms are starting to put more pressure on the red. Red's going to have to respond. There's a little help right there.
Tim Hardaway pulls up from 3.
You know, it's about time. He's a very capable, and that's his shot. I mean, that's why he's so difficult to play in the open floor, because he makes those threes.
Here's Gary Payton, and he nails it. We just go end to end with successful outside shots. They are gunning it. Spin move by Hardaway, nearly lost control. Retrieved by Marley. Hardaway checks the line for 3.
good rebound.
Yeah, Weber with the pass on Malone. Nifty pass. Here's Gary Payton now. Allen Houston, who has the smooth touch up and down. Double dribble.
That's a new rule they put in over the summer, Allen.
Did you hear Charles Barkley just told him that's a new rule that they put in? You can't double dribble, Allen Houston.
Here's a great example here. Tim Hardaway. That's what makes him so tough. He pulls up there, usually from the top, or if the basket is 12 o'clock, right over around 4 on the three-point line. The guy's just getting from there.
The white team just running away with this. Richmond up the ladder. Wow. Stolen by Barley.
To the mailman.
And here's Karl Malone. Little run here by the red team.
Back to 14.
That's right.
All they got to do is piece together some defense, and they'll get themselves back in the game.
4:50 left in the half.
And the big O let them play, not looking at them, not concerned at all.
He's starting to coach.
Yeah, he's starting to coach over there. Now I see him.
Gary Payton right on the three-point line. Here comes Tim Hardaway, long lead to Malone.
Whoa, how many times have we seen that, Bob?
Karl Malone's very capable over the court. Great pass, getting to the head. What's that, a 6-8-0 run? 7-0 run, so, you know, they're keeping back in the game.
Sounds strange not to say stop in the balloon.
I tell you what, that's what I hate the worst about playing against Karl Malone is after you do a good play, you have no time to celebrate. No end zone dancing. You got to get back because the mailman's about to deliver on the next end.
You shouldn't be celebrating anyway. That's not part of the game. Ooh, but get back on defense. That's your job.
Well, hey, when I can get a chance to score, I got to celebrate. I'm like the refrigerator.
Richmond for three.
It only comes twice in my career. The fridge.
Gugliotta.
Wow. Here you see the best athletes in the world, and they're all unemployed.
Quick release for three by Hardaway.
Here we go, heating up now. That last pass to Gary Payton's layup was phenomenal.
See, the last thing you should do to Tim Hardaway is antagonize him.
That's right. We got a ball game here.
Gary Payton.
This is trouble.
Finds Baker. Baker keeps it going.
He's about to have a rim shaker from Vince Baker.
Gugliotta off the steal. Here comes Payton. He's got Baker on the wing. Shovels it over to Ben. No look to Payton.
I think it's coincidental that they kind of play off of one another. They're looking out for one another all the time.
And Gugliotta's starting to pick his game up right now.
We may have a record here tonight for no-look passes.
Look at this. Gary Payton with the dunk. Now he's going to lay it in. Not Gary.
That's why they call him the glove.
The glove.
And offensively, he's got 12.
64 points, and there's a lot of time left. These guys are really getting up.
Well, he got no commissioner to find him tomorrow morning.
Anyway, so don't give him anything to talk about.
So he know I'm talking about him over there. I tell you what, I played the first 2 years of my career with Charles Barkley, and we went out every night. I think my liver's about the size of a dime right now. The best thing I ever did was get away from Charlie. I'm just joking. Charlie helped me a whole lot in my game. He told me, Bobby, he said, son, get out the weight room. You have to learn to run the floor. The NBA is about running, not about wrestling with people.
When he was a young player, really young, he really had the talent to take over games, and a lot of nights he did.
Here's Patrick Ewing. Now Chris Webber. Hardaway back up.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Somebody get engineering. Dominique Wilkins. You better get engineering up here. Alonzo Mourning might have broke the floor. He took a, oh my goodness, we like to see that again. He just went down straight with his dome right into the floor.
Staying on the floor, though, I think he's okay. He hit awfully hard.
Well, he put this thing together. He has to stay on the floor.
Ewing cannot hit. Tom Gugliotta trying to wrestle his way out of trouble. Flings it over the shoulder grab by Hardaway, and it's off the backboard out of bounds. The thing's getting on the sloppy side now.
What's happening, Dominique?
Dominique coming by, pointing his finger at Jason Williams.
There he going over the back of Chris Webber, trying to dump one back in. Webber with the open three, looking for Dominique, but Dominique is way down court. Got to connect on that one, big fella.
Now here's Tim Hardaway. He's got Dominique down on his right, finds Wilkins. Way out.
No, the basket was still shaking from his last dunk. Don't blame that one on the Steve.
Here's Webber. One step too many, but not called. Here's Tom Gugliotta to keep it alive. High hooking shot. It just won't fall.
Somebody needs to get control of the pace of this thing and get a good shot here.
Yeah, they definitely need to slow it down. Right now, it's a little helter-skelter. Guys are going for themselves.
A rainmaker.
In the first quarter, everybody was passing to each other. I think everybody's looking to get the crowd into it by themselves.
Minute to go in the half. Hardaway unable to hit. Hardaway again with the reverse.
Tim Hardaway never stopped working, though.
The shot he took a second ago is not what I had in mind. Get it settled down a little bit, but they finally got a basket, which is, at this point, real important.
And the hack by Patrick Ewing.
Bob, do you get the idea that these guys are starting to go a little one-on-one right now, trying to get the crowd into it with that one spectacular play instead of going back to where the crowd was liking it in the first quarter where they were passing and distributing the ball?
Well, they are also, they're fatigued. If you look at every one of them, they got their hands on their knees, and I think when you get that tired, it's better to go the other way and make each other better like it always is anyway, instead of trying to go one-on-one. So
You mean they're not trying to make their shorts longer?
they're long enough.
Tom Gugliotta, who missed half the season last year, surgery for bone spurs in the right ankle. Made his all-star debut back in '97 in Cleveland.
What would he be doing when this thing was over now, Bob? Would he be going back to Minnesota? And you hear anything on that?
No, I haven't heard a thing about that. I think where he'll be going is take a day off and keep working to get himself in shape, so if there is a season, he'll be able to get into it right away and get off to a good start. That'd be my guess.
He can come to New Jersey if he likes.
Time running out of the first half, and in Houston. There's about a 3-second differential on the shot clock. Houston played closely by Miller. Gets the step by Miller. Stepped out.
You know what? These guys are clogging up the middle, too. We haven't heard illegal defense yet. So that's why you haven't seen them spectacular dunks on each other. Because these guys are coming up right now, and they're clogging up the middle. Guys can't really get that one step that they need to elevate and dunk on somebody. But, you know, you got official here, not an NBA official. We're overconfident right now. We just want to lull them to sleep. We're going to make the veterans risk. If you look at the guys I have, they're all superstars. They're second-half players.
Yeah. I wanted to find out how you can vote for your most valuable player online. Join us by logging on to www.theglobe.com.
Dominique Wilkins, a little upset that his sweat stopped. You know, it takes an old Caterpillar a long time to get warmed up, like an old diesel. But once they get warmed up, they run all day long.
All right, we're set for the second half. Steve Albert along with Bob Hill and Jason Williams, the leading scorers. Tim Hardaway leading the way for Team Athletic with 10. Alonzo Mourning with 15. Rice 13. Peyton 12. The balanced attack for Team Feet.
No question. Oscar was interesting at halftime. You know, he said, we're going to let them take all those threes they want. You know, we'll take the twos. I think there's a little strategy going on over there.
Yeah, something we didn't expect much of.
Yeah, he said, let them shoot those long threes. We'll take the twos and score more points. So, you know, he's into it. He's enjoying it.
Well, it don't take much to beat up on Charles Barkley's coaching skills. Here goes the guy who goes to the 13th floor in the elevator, press 7 and 6.
You want to run that by me one more time? Tim Hardaway straight down the middle, 68-51. Just for Feet in the white, the younger guy. Made away by Hardaway. Glenn Rice, this is Baker.
Good chance we'll see the Red try to step it up right now, try to get themselves right back in this thing if they can. Still a lot of time left, certainly. If they start making some of those threes, they make a big difference.
Malone with the finger roll.
Oh, Malone, he goes to the hoop so strong. How many people are going to take a charge on that one? Imagine you taking a charge on that one, Steve.
I don't think so. Off the prototypical power forward body. Rice with a turnaround. He gets the roll. Another banner season for Glenn Rice last year, 6th in the league in scoring, over 22 a game. Pretty pass by Tim Hardaway. Ewing had it rejected by Mourning. Then Rice for the foul.
A little surprised they haven't run more pick and roll in this game. You know, they ran it early in the game. The white team switched it. It was kind of interesting. That's one of the few pick and rolls we've seen.
There goes Patrick Ewing pump faking because he ran out of gas, then goes back up again, and they brought the ball up over his head like he should be, but they put it right back down to him. You know,
Ewing 0 for 8 from the floor as he goes to the line. You recall he comes off the broken right wrist. Missed 56 games last year.
You're not seeing vintage Patrick Ewing right now. You're seeing Patrick Ewing, a guy who's been putting a lot of time in with the Players Association and haven't had a lot of time to work out like he should. But I guarantee you, one of the top 50 best players in the world, he'll get in shape in time when there is a season, and he will be dominant like he always is.
Pretty jump hook by Alonzo Mourning, who had 17.
Steals by Vin Baker, blew it.
Now here's Hardaway with the high stepping dribble. Malone gets it over to Ewing. That's his spot.
There you go.
Finally hits a field goal.
33, Patrick Ewing. Bob, what is Patrick Ewing's nickname? You know, I don't think you got Zoe for Alonzo. What, you know?
Patrick's nickname for years has been the Beast.
The Beast? Okay. No.
The Beast.
A Hoya Destroyer.
Beast.
Well, that was about 10 years ago. That's the last time Georgetown was good. Now
He got that when he came to the Knicks. When he came to New York.
But now it's all about St. John's and the Red Storm.
Oh, Ewing goes down.
Wow. Ernie Grunfeld just rolled over on his couch. Along with the rest of the garden.
Still on Baker.
Oh, my goodness.
Ewing was already playing with a sore foot.
Oh, man. Here he goes. Just loses his foot and tries to pump fake and go around. Hits a wet spot and goes down. Took him about 3 minutes to fall.
Well, we definitely don't need any injuries. That's first half was terrific that way.
Hardaway for Ewing, who's come under heavy criticism, particularly by fans and media and owners for some of the things he has said as president of the Players Union. Ball goes out of bounds, turnover.
And a lot of those things he said, you have to take, Patrick Ewing is a good guy. I'm sure he did not mean a lot of those things he said. That's the way they come out. Patrick Ewing is doing a great job for our union right now. And he made some silly remarks, and he knows he has. But, Patrick Ewing is playing in this game, and this is a good benefit. You got to understand, this thing's going to raise over $1 million, and not one player's getting paid here. It's all going to charity. So, I think Patrick Ewing is making up for some of the remarks that didn't go over too well with the public.
Gary Payton. Look to Hardaway. That's Penny. And Penny finally on the score sheet.
Dominic. Oh! Double man! He got a 10 for that one. Dominic Lucas gets a 10 for that one.
Well, that was vintage. Wow! He brings it down, still gets it. He still gets it in.
Here he goes with another one.
He's in double figures with 10. Nice pass to Miller. Running the floor nicely.
Now, writing down, that maybe, honestly, could be Dominic's first assist. Terrific pass.
Oh, my goodness.
74-59 for Just for Feet.
Gary Payton giving the ref a mouthful. So you don't think these guys out here trying to play. I thought Charles Barkley would get the first technical, but Gary Payton is very close right now.
Then Baker hits. Nice backflip pass by Malone. Here's Wilkins.
Look at that, man. Is this guy working for a contract or what, Bob?
About 5 possessions ago defensively down there, he moved his feet and kept Glenn Rice in front of him. Just did maybe the best I've ever seen him do it.
It counts, plus the foul. Alonzo Mourning.
He's playing very well.
Alonzo Mourning showing you what he's been doing down in Miami when he's not up here. Mourning doesn't have to put in as much time as Patrick Ewing, because Patrick is the president and he has to be up here all the time. So he might be in a little better shape than Patrick Ewing right now.
Mourning, a 72% career free throw shooter. Being able to complete it. Yep, 78-61 Just for Feet, Oscar Robertson's team. Wilkins lost the handle. Here's Glenn Rice.
Dominique thought he got fouled.
Hardaway the trailer. Oh, Mourning, and he's fouled. No, traveling.
Oh, my goodness.
A questionable call.
Another great pass, though. A lot of passing. A lot of good passing going on.
Just like we had in the first quarter, Bob.
Exactly. And sometimes when guys' legs get a little tired and they don't want to take the jump shot, it's a lot easier to make a pass. They don't want to fail, so that extra pass sometimes gets an easier basket.
Hey, guys.
Dominique Wilkins certainly on a roll here in the third period.
You straight?
He's always on a roll. This guy just really, as we've said before, he just loves to play basketball. He's out here out in the open floor.
Look at this. Brings it way down.
Yeah, that's his dunk right there.
And you know what's special? You know what's look at it. That might have been a mistake.
Yeah, run that back. Is that Dominique?
He might have been trying to bounce that one off the glass or something and go and catch it. But you know what makes that special, Bob, is that he was doing that dunk 15 years ago when it was unheard of.
He's getting nosebleeds in.
That's right.
Dominique Wilkins, who can really work the open floor. He has 12 points on 6 for 13 from the field thus far.
I'm glad to see Dominique Wilkins come back from overseas and come back where he's supposed to be and finish his career as a Hall of Famer right here in the NBA. I don't know why he ever left us, Dominique Wilkins. That's right, vote online.
He's making a bid for that MVP station. Yes, indeed. 78-61, Just for Feet. The team in the white uniforms. They're on top.
Free throw line about 2 minutes.
And it's a charity event here at the Boardwalk Convention Hall.
Now, how much of this? How much is it of the score is the fact this white team's a younger team?
Well, I tell you the truth. I think these guys, it doesn't really make a difference because look at Karl Malone. He's an older guy. And look at Dominique Wilkins. He's an older guy. You know, these guys are older.
They're down 17 points.
Yeah, but, well, I'll tell you what.
Jason, try to get out of this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of this one. Because I'm an older guy.
I see you squirming. But I see the wheels turning.
I'm always with the older group now.
You talked yourself right into that.
Yes, I sure did. I sure did, Bob. I'll get you back.
Tim Hardaway off the pick by Mourning, throws it away. Or by Malone. Now Mourning with a long pass intended for Payton. Here's Gary Payton and a double dribble. A dribble violation. Wow.
Shaquille O'Neal, who will be boxing Butterbean, won't he?
Oh my goodness. You got it.
That's the best center in the league right now, and I think he's going into the fight game if it was right what I read this morning.
Miller. That's a long two for Reggie. He thought he was beyond the line. Has a few words for the official on the way back. He's got 7.
What you think about that, Bob? Butterbean, Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm not even going there.
No.
Well, we're in the right place for it. Atlantic City. Here's Payton. Played closely by Hardaway. Mourning's got it. Here's that matchup with Ewing. Fires from deep. Woo! Hello! Well, he drilled it too. Mourning with 21.
Yeah, he didn't say a word to him either.
No, he did.
Down the floor.
But he stared at him.
Yeah. He got a little smirk on his face, but didn't say a word to Patrick.
Mourning a double-double, 21 and 10 rebounds.
Mourning sold tickets, hot dogs, beer, and has 21 points in the game. Look at it.
Whoa! Alley-oop to Rice from Payton.
Best athletes in the world right here. The #1 sport in America. Dominique Wilkins going back at Glenn Rice. Hello. And guess
Vin Baker all over Wilkins.
now that would have been one heck of a matchup. Dominique Wilkins and Glenn Rice, maybe what, 6 years ago?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's a look at this break. 6'11" big forward, making a good pass to the point guard. Payton, great lob pass. Everybody's out running. That's fun. That's fun basketball. Moving the ball and running. That's what it's all about.
I don't know about you, Steve, but I'm having a great time up in there. This is a lot better than I expected. You know, I think the fans, you look around, the fans are getting into it a little bit, and they're seeing the best basketball you could possibly see at the professional level.
As Patrick Ewing departs, getting a breather. Let's see a bunch of substitutions. Tom Gugliotta is in. Chris Webber is in. Allen Houston is in for the Just for Feet team. Well, I'm having a great time, too, with you guys. It's just a shame that this might be the only time this happens this year. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Allen Houston backing in on Hardaway. Houston looking for help. And the reach-in foul. Hardaway doesn't like it.
And just think of the guys who couldn't make it. You know, the guys who had other obligations like Grant Hill, another great player. Shaquille O'Neal, the best center in the league. You know, you got Scottie Pippen. You know, Michael Jordan. This is a great league, and we got to get it back on track. These are the greatest athletes in the world.
Marley back in. Now Vin Baker backs in on Malone for the fadeaway. Tim Hardaway looks right, flings it over to the left side to Marley, and it goes to Malone. Hardaway faking the three, quick release, turnaround, Karl Malone. Tom Gugliotta in there to steer it.
Look at that rebound.
Normally doesn't miss that fadeaway along that baseline.
Pretty ball movement by the team in white.
Look at Gugliotta. Wow. Gugliotta's hustling today. Picking it up every quarter. He's getting better and better, like his career.
And it leads to a field goal by Houston. That hard work by Gugliotta. Long pass down to Kemp.
I tell you what, even though they're getting the ball out court quickly, you know, and guys are still getting back, and guys are still trying to block the shot, so it ain't like guys just got open layups. Guys aren't playing defense here today.
The Reds got to start playing better defense or they're not going to get back in this game.
Just for feet up by 19 now, Bob. Here's Tom Gugliotta.
Cash short.
Wide open, couldn't connect. Almost got it back. Here's Hardaway spinning into the front court. 1-on-2. He's going to challenge Houston and kept there for the follow, but couldn't hit. Penny Hardaway behind to Gugliotta.
Going back the other way.
Oh, we just go back and forth.
I'm sweating already.
Hardaway gets the roll finally.
I'm glad I am sitting over here with you two old fellas.
Allen Houston now. Well, they're going to have to get the resuscitator, a little oxygen here. Ball out of bounds to Just for Feet in the white. And Fatigue once again setting in. You can see it all over the place with Cugliata, Hardaway. They're moving slow right now.
Well, let's hear what Charles Barkley has to say. I'm sure it'd be something about oxygen or picking it up or what have you. Want to give you
Let's
a
go over
break?
to Andrea Joyce right now, who's standing by with Dikembe Mutombo. Andrea?
All right, thanks, guys. Three-time Defensive Player of the Year. As you watch these guys play out here, are you hungry for some competition?
Yes, and I wish I could be there on the floor with them, but when the announcement came, I was just not prepared just to come and join them. And I thought maybe they were just going to use the guys who play from Dream 1 and Dream 2. And by the end of the week, David asked me if I would play. I said, oh, it was too late.
Vice President in the union, has this whole thing gotten too emotional for anybody to make any more progress?
I don't think it got really too emotional. I think we just been in a position where we just looking for a fair deal. And that's something that we've been crying for. But the thing is not happening for us. So we're just holding up as long as we can.
You're down in Atlanta, which does not have a huge basketball tradition and not a huge fan support. How concerned are you that after all of this, you'll lose any support you already did have?
My belief is in that our fans will come back. As I've got a chance to talk to a few people at the league last week, I told them that after this thing is over, we all got a lot of garbage to pick up on the street. And it's going to take each one of us to contribute and to go up on the street and pick up those garbage. It's not going to be easy to clean up the street. We have to do that on the both sides, the union side and the league side, to bring our fans back.
A lot of work to do, no matter what happens.
A lot of work.
All right, thanks so much, Dikembe. Back to you, Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Andrea Joyce. 5 games a week? No. That was Bob Hill, by the way.
Well, me and Kerry Kittles and Keith Van Horn are working out every day. I'm in good shape. You know, it's going to be a strenuous season, you know, playing that many nights. But hey, like Dikembe Mutombo says, we have to do whatever it takes. You know, you don't know how much you miss your water till your well runs dry. And I would do anything, I mean anything, to get professional basketball back to where it should be. So we got to play 5 nights a week, so bring it.
Also, if the lockout ends, training camps would be very short, and that could lead to an increase in injuries.
Oh, no question. You know, I'm surprised here how good a shape my colleagues are in here today. But, you know, we're both keeping our fingers crossed that nobody gets hurt here. But, you know, this is not a game where you're going to be playing 3 or 4 nights in a row. These guys will play this, and they'll be sore for the next 2 or 3 nights. Imagine having to do this again tomorrow. You agree with that, Bob?
There's no doubt about it, and I think we should all pass that bridge when we get to it.
Karl Malone.
Well, the Reds going to have to pick the pace up here a little bit, Jason, in order to get themselves solidified back into this game. It's 14. We're kind of creeping a little bit.
3:50 left in the third.
So maybe we'll have enough energy in the fourth quarter, maybe in the last 4 or 5 minutes to get back in it and really make it interesting.
Weber with 9 off that hoop.
Send them some Geritol for them old guys over there in the red.
It's only 13. There's 3:40 left.
Hard to think of Sean Kemp, who broke in at 19 as an old guy. He's been around so long, and yet he's still in his 20s.
And still has a lot left. Just signed a big deal. You know, he's one of the guys I hate to play against. He can kill you from any good side. You know, he can block shots, he can rebound, he can hit the little jumper now, and forget about it. He will dunk on your neck.
Yes,
yes, he will.
After 8 years with Seattle and a huge 3-way trade with Milwaukee and Cleveland, Seattle got Vin Baker, Terrell Brandon, Tyrone Hill to Milwaukee, and Kemp to Cleveland. 88-71 just for feet. Oscar Robertson's team beating Charles Barkley's athletic attitude.
Well, the referee's starting to get into it a little bit. I think they're tired. Especially to this little guy over here, looks like Ross Perot. He's breathing pretty hard.
Well, I'll tell you, you're bad. But that's so easy to sit here and make fun of him. I'm going to tell him after the game what you said.
You know what? These are the same guys, Bob, and you know because you've been at our camp over in New Jersey that we have refereeing our scrimmage games at camp.
These are USBL officials. Atlantic City, the home of the USBL Seagulls. Here's Reggie Miller.
Wow! Man, oh man. He backed up because he was too close. Pump fake, backed up again, and hit one over a guy who's 6'8" and can jump out of the gym. Reggie Miller.
That's his shot. And that's what he does.
That's his second three-pointer.
So you don't want to get so excited about it because that's like you gave him a great rebound. That's what he gets paid for.
I'm glad I don't have to check him out there. I'm glad I play some big slow guys every night.
Oh, Penny Hardaway wanted to be on his own after the steal, but instead the foul, number 3 on Baker.
I would like to see that if Penny got that breakaway. You know, Penny was one of the highest jumping guys. I know he would have excited this crowd. You have to let that one go, referee. No, that's of course. That was a Showtime.
Penny voted by the fans to the All-Star game. And that didn't sit well with Tim Hardaway last year because Penny only played 19. That one's rattled into 3 by Marley. Back to 12. There you go.
Sneaking back in it, 2 threes in a row. They need stops is what they need.
They must have had some Viagra over there.
We won't even go there.
They starting to get up and down the court.
Here's a traveling violation. You notice how we just continue with the play-by-play with Jason?
You know, Jason, you've done a great job up to this point. You got to relax a little.
You got to loosen up some more, Jason. You know,
I'm like uptight. I'm like a true Gotti now after a fight. I'm getting punchy.
Look at the red bench jump up and react to that play. Now they're starting to get in this game.
Yes, they are. They're only down by 12 after being down close to 20. 88-76. 2:15 left in the third.
Charles actually got up.
Sure. Not that time.
If this thing gets any closer, Charlie will get a technical foul.
Here's Tugliata on the wing. Pulls up. Got it. Quiets things down for Charles Barkley's side for the moment. 11 for Gooch.
Reggie Miller playing the point. That's a little different.
Just for speed up by 14. Miller for three. Oh, he thought he was fouled by Houston. Houston is Gary Pickett. Almost blew it.
But you know what? Reggie Miller does that deliberately all the time. He goes up for a jump shot, and it looks like he gets fouled. He kicks his opponent and act like they hit his leg, and he falls back down. But he does, you know, that's vintage Reggie Miller.
Are you trying to say something about Reggie Miller? Here comes Penny.
Look at this.
Oh, beautiful touch pass by Chris Webber. Goodly out on the receiving
Love it.
end.
Love it.
That's what it's all about there. Moving the ball, getting easy baskets, reacting off your defense. There's a 3. Nope.
Not from that guy. Not tonight.
Gugliotta traded for Chris Webber between Washington and Golden State, ironically. Again, if you want to check in and vote for the most valuable player in this game, online, www.theglobe.com. Vote online for the game MVP. Alonzo Mourning, a candidate. Dominique Wilkins, a candidate. Sean Kemp at the foul line.
Sean getting out a good sweat out here today. You know, if anything can come out besides helping all these kids in the charity event, these guys get a good workout tonight, don't they? They can see, they go back right now, Bob, and they gauge themselves. When they go back to their trainers, they say, look, this is what kind of shape I am, this is how I felt, and then they go back and they start working on their basketball skills and see what they have to work on. Because you don't really know when you're out of shape. You know, and until you come into a game like this, it's the first game of the season, and somebody moved the basket, or Donald Trump opened up that big door out there, and that's, oh my goodness, come on, Sean. My man.
Gary Payton made a big point of that this morning, though, is how this was going to be a great run. He's going to get 48 minutes in, and he started needed it at this point, so they talked about it. More of them talked about it this morning than you realize.
Wow, look at that give and go. Just like you said, Bob, we haven't seen a lot of pick and rolls today.
There's not. They're just playing pure basketball, trying to play together, and I think for the most part done a good job. That play right there was one 6'10" guy throwing a pass and cutting to another 6'10" guy, and showing their skills, their ability to play.
Carl Malone with the left hand.
That was nice. You don't know how hard that was, jumping off the wrong foot and dunking with the left hand.
There's your time remaining in the third quarter. Just for feet in charge by 16. Their biggest lead, 21. Houston backs it on Miller. And Houston draws the foul.
Like you said, Bob, it is surprising that they're not running pick and rolls, because that is an NBA like cliche. You know, guys go out there and they love to run it because the guy who sets the pick usually gets the ball.
Kemp with 4 as Houston hits the line.
But you know, if you speak to any of these young coaches who just came into the league or stuff, they think they invented that stuff.
Yeah.
That's been going on way back when you had to stop and get the ladder to take the ball back at the peach basket.
There's a guy who had his left knee scoped during the off-season, and he's had problems with injuries the last couple of years. Allen Houston. These guys have been insured for $20 million, just in case you were wondering, for this game.
How much has Julia Roberts got her legs insured for?
Wow. Whitman for three. That's for feet by 15. We approach the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. And Gary Payton.
Here might go a pick and roll. Here we go. They're going to let the clock wind down. Uh-oh. Here it goes, the pick and roll.
3-second differential.
Back to Allen Houston. Look at this play.
Beautiful pass, but Houston can't finish. 2 seconds.
Steal, Weber at the buzzer.
Chris Weber.
The big fella.
Emphatically.
Back to 17. I thought Red was trying to make a definite effort there, but they just couldn't get over the hump.
That was a killer for Charles Barkley's Athletic Addict Club. Chris Weber with a buzzer beater slam dunk.
Well, the white team, the way they started out so fast, so quickly, you know that old saying, a dog that goes to the bathroom fast don't go to the bathroom for long.
Wait a minute, I want to write that one down.
So I thought the red team was starting to catch up. Hey, we got 12 more minutes of basketball, and Bob's betting on the old guys. I wonder why.
Well, let's take a look at some of those old guys trying to get back into this game. Bob Hill with the fourth quarter. There's a game summary to this point. Alonzo Mourning with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Tim Hardaway with 14. You see Wilkins and Malone and the athletic team leading the way in fast break points. And that is the older team, but they are down 98-81.
Well, here we go. We got another quarter.
If the red team is to get into this, they're going to have to make some hay, as they say right now, for the first 6 or 7 minutes. I'm just not sure they got it in them, but we'll see. Tim Hardaway's going to have to pick the pace of it up, come out, maybe run some pick and rolls, get some threes, get some movement going, and they're going to have to score some points off the defense.
The team in red, Athletic Addict, coached by Charles Barkley. The team in white, Just for Feet, coached by Hall of Famer Oscar Robertson.
Yes, right.
Here's Dan Marley now with a pick from Ewing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Here it comes again. Showtime. Whoa! Chris Weber.
It leaves his fingerprint.
Here's another
On the
steal.
backboard. We might have another one. Showtime.
Glenn Rice for three.
Oh.
And Gugliotta keeps it alive. Back to Rice.
2 for $1.
Pretty obvious White has the energy here in the fourth quarter.
Quick release by Malone. And he drills it.
Bob, do you agree Karl Malone might be the best power forward that ever played the game?
I think you can, there's definitely an argument for that. I think he's, at this point, certainly earned dialogue in that regard. At least he's a great player.
He has probably improved as well as any superstar.
And the one thing about Karl Malone, he never gets hurt. Never gets hurt. So he gets you your money worth. He's going to give you 82 games every season.
He can go hard to the hoop and shoot from the outside. And he knows how to get to the foul line. Perennial league leader every year. Marley, three-point range, gets it down lower.
No, you should take advantage of Weber.
Ewing.
Weber too small out there for Ewing.
Dog goes for Kemp, yep. Plus the foul. Quickly out of the foul.
Here comes Chris Weber, a little reverse dunk, and then adds a little mustard to it. All you young guys gotta celebrate. It's got to be a part of the deal.
I'm glad you still calling me a young fella. I appreciate that, especially the contract you're about.
Taking off the screen from Rice. And here is Tim Hardaway.
How old are you? 41?
21. Hardaway takes the scenic route for the scoop shot. A 9-0 run out of nowhere by the red team, Athletic Addict, and it's a 10-point game.
After Robinson is off the bench,
He's hustling, but couldn't sidestep the sideline. Little tightrope walk there, and Oscar is up.
So's Charles. They were both up. Game gets a little close, they both get involved.
Charles was ordering the drink, though.
Charles looks good over there with his suit on tonight.
Plenty of time left for the red team if they have the legs. This is an endurance test. Here's Kemp, and he's fouled from behind. Glenn Rice canvassing him.
Got a chance to get it to 8 here. There's some terrific defense. John does a good job getting his hands up. You know, players just get their hands up. Good things happen once in a while. You know, Jason, why don't you do that when you play? Get your hands up, deflect the ball, get it out in the open court, get it to Sammy, get some dunks, get some enthusiasm. That's what Sean did there. And
I bring none of those things, Bob.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Kemp with a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds, an 11-0 run. 11 unanswered points for Athletic Addict in red, and it's an 8-point game.
What did I tell Bob about those young guys, Steve? You go to the bathroom fast, you don't go for long.
Well, let's see what comes of this game. Rice with the miss. Here's the red team again. And here's Hardaway.
Got a chance to get it to 6.
Hardaway for 5.
Tim Hardaway, baby. Patrick Ewing, look for them to stop going to Patrick Ewing down on the post now, too. He's calling for the ball.
It is a 5-point ball game, down from 21.
Get it out of here. And Sean Kemp talking stuff to Chris Webber.
Hardaway over to Marley. Pulls up for 3.
Oh, my goodness.
What a comeback. A 7-0 run.
You better get a TO, baby.
It is a 2-point ball game. Major comeback by Patrick Ewing's red team, the Athletic Addict.
Oscar said at halftime, we're going to let him shoot those threes when out.
Wow. We have got ourselves a ball game.
Now, this is professional basketball.
Woo! Give me all the time. Hey, way to work, guys.
Big time 3-point clutch shooter Tim Hardaway coming through to close the gap.
They got some guys on that team that can shoot the 3, and it was a matter of time when they finally started to make some. And this is what he does. He gets it started. There's a splash from 3, and it just gets your juices going here. Watch the bench. Even Charles reacts. Yeah. Now they can see it now in sight. Maybe they got a shot.
Now we're going to have a game here.
Yep.
Way to come to life. Wow, this is great.
Still 9 minutes to play.
You should, though. You rested for 3 quarters. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. You should be full of energy. Thank you, Daddy. You've been off for 6 months and 3 quarters.
Now that's coaching.
Always. Can you see Charles? Hey, it's still mad. There's still a lot of nice people around here. Coach, when this is over, Bob? Mark,
no.
Mr. President, we're looking for one of those right now.
That's what I told him this morning. Should I call you Coach B now? He said, no, I'm too smart to coach. And I said, should I call you Governor B then? And he just kind of got that smirk on his face and let that go. So,
come on, guys. Way to go.
Again, we invite you to vote online for the MVP. The way things are going right now, who knows? All of a sudden, Tim Hardaway in the hunt.
If Charles Barkley was our president, as that sign is indicated up there, Charles Barkley for president, imagine how much bombing we have to do. Oh, my God, we'd be at war for the rest of the season.
Under the present circumstances, I'm not going there either.
Well, Barkley, with political aspirations, Governor Alabama?
Well, when I had a job, I was a Republican. When I had a check coming in, I had to go back to Democrat now.
Well, Jesse the Body made it.
That's right.
Here's Peyton for 3. And Tim Hardaway, now with 19 points and 12 assists, second in the second half, able to keep it for the red team.
Had to jump over the score table to stop from getting hurt right
Good
there.
hustle.
Got a chance for a tie. Go ahead with the 3.
Here we go. After being down 21, the Just for Feet team has missed their last 8 shots. Here comes Hardaway.
He needs to start running some middle pick and roll. He is a handful. Middle pick and roll.
They're going into Ewan.
That's what you
Now you see the, oh my goodness.
Turns it over. Here comes Peyton leading the attack. The stutter step. Can't split the defense. Marley wants a jump ball. It's a foul. It may be Hardaway. Yes, indeed.
That's Ewan looking for the foul out there. Wow, took his lunch.
I think probably he did get fouled, but he shouldn't have put it down in between his legs.
That's true. Two Georgetown Hoyles. Like we said before, these guys know how all each other's moves, so it's difficult for them to play against each other. Patrick still complaining.
Well, Athletic Attic last led 8-7 with 8:15 left in the first quarter. They're down 2 after being down by as much as 21. 1 out of 2 from the line by Peyton. What Kemp come over and say?
Kemp came over to me and said, I hope for goodness you didn't talk about that airport from the free throw line. I know it's a Showtime. I wanted them to go to commercial.
actually you didn't. You couldn't stop from laughing. And it's all tied up. 101. What a comeback by Athletic Attic. A 20-1 run by Athletic Attic in red.
I'll tell you what, they're starting to heat up there. You see Carl Malone just saying some words with Glenn Rice, and before when Sean Kemp blocked Chris Webber's shot, he let him know he blocked it also. So we started to get some egos going over there. Tim Hardaway pointing over to the other bench.
There's his spot. There's Tim Hardaway's spot. Game is close to being in a crunch time, and he's a crunch time player.
Tim Hardaway now has 22, some huge three-pointers, plus 12 assists. Rice missing the first, an 84% career foul shooter. And Tim Hardaway almost single-handedly leading Athletic Attic back in.
The referee's going to have to pick it up now also. It's going to have to be a lot more serious game, because if not, they're going to get an earful from these guys. These guys both want to win. Both teams are going at each other right now. You feel the intensity now, Bob?
Yep.
Showtime, baby.
Just to feet, up by 1. Hardaway up the ladder, doesn't get the roll. Battle for the loose ball. Malone. Hardaway checks the line. Waits for Boney to go by. Can't.
Patrick Ewing got away with a push there. If we can get that, that's vintage Dennis Rodman right there. You made that guy crazy, didn't you, Bob?
On Hardaway. Penny, that is.
Well, only veterans get away with this move. If we get this tape, I'll show it to you. Patrick Ewing just pushed him in the back to get the offensive rebound.
Well, sometimes guys like Patrick deserve that. They paid their due.
Athletic Attic looking for the lead. Hardaway dishes it off. This is Ewing. In and out. Goodness. Halfway down.
There you go. Yes.
And they're calling it on Baker.
Yeah. Hey, good call.
James Baker with his 4th foul.
And he doesn't like it. But have you ever seen an NBA player agree that they fouled?
Not in this century.
Here's that Ewing play you talked about.
Tim Hardaway from the corner.
There's an attempted three. It's going to be a long rebound.
Pushes him off. And it doesn't take much, Bob, to push a guy off of balance when a guy's right about to take off in the play.
Yeah, but as you know, it's really easy to flop in those situations, too.
That's right.
Just for feet up by 1 with 7:30 to go. A 20-2 run by Athletic Attic. Hardaway with 8 during that stretch, and Kemp nails the first. 6-time All-Star Sean Kemp, 6'10". He ties it for the lead. He's got it.
Sean Kemp makes the most. Redeems himself.
Athletic Attic in the lead for the first time since 8:15 remaining in the first quarter when it was 8-7.
And that's something we haven't seen in a long time, Bob. Penny Hardaway posting up, taking advantage of those little guards at his 6'8" frame.
It's good to see him back out on the floor, and hopefully his injury problems will be behind him, and he can move forward now with his career. He's a multi-talented player, a great guy, and certainly deserves some success.
Foul number 2 on Dan Miley. Team in white has missed their last 8 shots just for 2. They're stripped by Kemp, and a whistle and a foul.
Lonzo Mourning. Yep. Letting them know we're on Showtime with his choice of words.
Yeah.
letting them know he wanted to take off so bad from there. But like I said before, they haven't called one illegal defense, and everybody's in the paint.
Well, they're not going to call that.
No, if he could have just get one half more step, he would have dunked that ball on everybody involved.
Number 3 on Ewing. That is a mid-season scowl by Alonzo Mourning. You wouldn't know this is the first of the season. Here's Gary Payton.
There's some pick and roll.
Over to Rice. The pick from Mourning. Good rebound.
Somebody, that was a good play. That's a tough cover. They just ran a pick and roll and they'll pick the picker and the shooter's wide open.
Ewing picks up rebound number 11. Athletic Addicts by 1 after trailing throughout most of this ball game, and they foul down low. Dexter Feet led by 17 after 3.
I think Alonzo Mourning gets up in the morning looking like this. I mean, he's always got
if it's coffee and eggs ain't on the table,
yeah,
I imagine.
That's just his nature. I mean, he's always been a warrior in his own right, and certainly tonight he's playing with that same attitude that he does during the regular season.
Vin Baker just picked up his 5th personal foul.
Vin Baker allowed Sean Kemp to jam him underneath the basket. He asked for that. And Sean's been there too many times and made good things happen.
And Sean gets off the floor so quickly.
Not quite as quickly right now as he's capable of maybe in another month as he keeps it working out. But he's played, I'll tell you what, when he first walked on the floor the other day, I thought Boyce was going to be a struggle for him, but he's done a nice job.
18 points.
No doubt. I mean, he really has.
Might be the MVP. My MVP right now. I went with Glenn Rice also.
But we're switching by the second here now.
That's right.
Karl Malone goes up high for that one. 105 to 102.
Look for a play between Tim Hardaway and Karl Malone right now. Maybe a pick and roll in the corner.
Here we go. Just for Feet has been his last 10 shots.
That's
Marley! Boy, the whole bench was up waiting for that one to go down. Here's Gary Payton on the wing to Hardaway. Kenny Hardaway stopped by Ewing.
goodness.
And here's Payton with a flip. And it's put back in by Baker.
Might have been a little offensive goal coming down.
Pat Williams held his breath down in Orlando with that last play. Holy cow.
Athletic Attic up by 1.
Boy, the Penny Hardaway taking over. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Well, we can see that he's healthy again.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Penny with a lot of courage. Here's Mourning now.
Penny was just trying to get to the foul line. Patrick's rotation was good. He was on time.
Well, that's using your head. Payton right off the noggin of Vin Baker.
You know when Tim Hardaway is about to shoot, Steve, as soon as he stops and looks at his sneakers and look where the line is, he's going to shoot the ball every time. Every single time. So if he puts his head down, you better meet him at the top. It's good.
Well, I'll tell you what. We all thought that conditioning would be a factor going into this game, but we didn't think it would be the older team, Athletic Attic, that would come on strong in the fourth quarter.
And that's why I was at a loss for words before, because I knew that the older legs would prevail.
No. That's never happened. Nor will it ever. Now, let's not forget the score at halftime was 66 to 51.
Tim Hardaway makes one. And today is Saturday. I know the bank is closed.
25 points for Hardaway.
Sticks his tongue out at him. Oh, my goodness. And now it's time to get a rough down in there with Ewing and Alonzo Mourning. I think Ewing just hit him in the mouth.
Now, I wonder if he called this. I bet ahead of time he called that bank.
But look at the tongue.
That's a tough shot.
Look at it. And then he let it roll, but he stuck his tongue out over. Oh,
He's 5 for 12 from three-point range. Tim Hardaway. What a job he has done, particularly here in the second half, to bring his Athletic Attic team back into the ball game.
Now, Steve, I don't mean to say that I told you so, but when this whole thing started,
but you will.
Bob has no problem with that one.
This guy is a handful now.
Tim Hardaway making the bid for the MVP. The donation going to the charity of his choice. Here's Hardaway again, looking for another goal. goodness!
Did you see him check his feet? Did you see him check his feet? Holy
6'3". His 6'3" out of 13 attempts. He's got 14 this quarter. 14 points.
Them guys out of Miami are heating up right now.
Boy, I'll tell you. Boy, they're going end-to-end now, and Athletic Attic up by 3 with 4.5 minutes remaining.
I think they go inside to Patrick Ewing right around now.
Tremendous finisher.
Right into Patrick Posey.
Marley off the goal for 3. This 3-point extravaganza.
This is why these are the greatest athletes in the world right now.
Now, you think it takes athletic ability to shoot?
No question. you guys keep using that on the golf course. You got to be an athlete to play golf. I never heard that one.
Tim Hardaway putting on a show here on Showtime, and his team out to its largest lead, 114 to 108. Athletic Attic over just the feet of 409.
I've been with y'all from the beginning.
This could be interesting. Charles Barkley.
We're going to let you go down without that.
Y'all lucky to have me. We were over the water. I couldn't jump off. Come on, man. 4 minutes.
We got 4 minutes, bro. 4 minutes. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Let me know.
What the guy's capable of doing now, and it's really special.
He's the high man of the game with 28 points and 12 assists. Tim Hardaway.
Oh no, he's 6 foot tall. You know, he's not that big, and but he's strong.
As we break it down for you, Alonzo Mourning, 25 points, 12 rebounds. You see the shooting. Boy, it's been a struggle for just for feet here in the second half. 3 for 14. 8 for 11 on the red side. Athletic Attic here in the fourth. Richmond was funny. If we win this game, it'll be us. Not you, Charles. Here's Rice.
You notice who they went at, don't you? Right at Neek. Neek didn't ask for any help either. He took it all on by himself. And you know Neek wants it right back.
Oh, yeah. He's going to go right back at him. He got the jumpsuit against the workhorse right there.
He was a big factor in the first half. Dominique Wilkins, who played in Italy last year. Hardaway wants it. That time a little bit of a force. And it comes to paper. 3.5 to go. A 4-point game. Mourning can't hit. Out of bounds to Athletic Attic.
Mourning taking it strong. Fingero just got away from him. Hands a little wet, slipped right off.
All they got to do is run a middle pick and roll with Tim Hardaway and Malone. Here we go. Here we go. They'll get a good shot. Oh!
Here's the crossover. Hardaway. No look corner Miller for 3.
That woke up the people here in Atlantic City.
The killer crossover by Tim Hardaway. He's patented that move.
You had to be paying attention to see it, though.
It's that good.
That's right.
It's a blur.
But see how tough Gary Payton is? He goes right back at Tim Hardaway.
Then Baker connects. Baker's got 16, and it's 114-112.
This is going to be interesting right here with these 2 point guards. You got the best defensive point guard who just got crossed over and who was very angry.
Athletic Attic by 2. Penny Hardaway going for the steal. Oh, he finds Malone. Malone with the left-hander, and he draws the foul. And look at Mourning's reaction.
That's the second assist to Dominic's career. Well, it was a great pass. I mean, man, pick and roll with him, and Neek makes it, makes a terrific pass. I don't know that this might also be the first time Dominique plays pick and roll with the ball. But he comes off and reads the defense, makes a good pass, gets Carmelo under the foul line.
Dominique is showing his entire repertoire here.
The guy just loves to play basketball. What can you say? I mean, he'll play until someone tells him he can't.
Well, he can play in New Jersey if he likes.
Karl Malone. And it is now 116-112. Athletic Attic, the team in red with 2.5 and counting in the fourth. Broken up by Wilkins.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at Alonzo Mourning. What a play.
Now, folks, that's play-by-play.
Wow. Please start basketball.
That was a big basket. It's back to 6 with 2 minutes to play.
My goodness. Is Alonzo Mourning just being ferocious on the defensive end? have never seen that in a charity game in my life or a benefit game. A guy just go up, and try to block every shot.
Well, let's take a look at it.
Most people, Bob, let this one go, especially with Dominique Wilkins coming at you.
Right.
But not Alonzo Mourning. Here goes Alonzo, goes straight up with him one time, goes up with Patrick twice, fighting for the rebound, goes up with him for the third time. Wow.
And Ewing hurt his right hand in the process.
And Dave Checkers is on the phone right now.
Yes, indeed. Played in only 26 games, came back to the playoffs last year after the broken wrist and was very rusty, shot only 36%. Len Rice making it a 4-point ball game.
Even though both these teams want to win right now, you got to be careful that these guys are going so hard at each other and their bodies are not used to this at this point of this point of the year for them not playing. I was about to say season, but of course we don't have one of those right now. That somebody can easily get hurt.
All right, here we go. 150, 4-point game.
A dramatic finish. Oh, beautiful pass down low to Miller from Hardaway. The jump hook by Dominique Wilkins. Here comes Payton. Penny Hardaway against Tim Hardaway. Flips it up. The dipsy-do won't go. Loose ball comes out. Whistle and a foul.
Do you feel the intensity? Oh, man, I love it. As they say. And Alonzo Mourning blocked another shot down on the other end, Bob.
He wants to win, there's no question. He's after it.
5 block shots for Mourning.
I tell you what, Showtime and the people might have thought that this wasn't going to be an event of defense and guys were just going to come down here and run up and down and it wasn't going to be exciting. You know, Showtime proved everybody wrong. This is a very exciting basketball game here today.
Karl Malone 2 for 2 from the line.
You got to give the old guys a lot of credit. They hung in there and picked their spots and got themselves back in the game. They're in a position to win now.
They have a great coach.
Did you hear what he said?
I heard, but I didn't pay any attention.
Oh, okay.
He's buying after the game. So
If you win, I'm taking the credit. If you lose, it was a player's fault.
he's buying the beverage of our choice after the game, so we got to stop giving him some credit.
I hope you like Yoo-hoo. Penny Hardaway from 3. And it is a 3-point ball game with Athletic Adams in front. Minute 24 to go.
Oscar Robertson calls timeout. He want to look things over.
A timeout on the floor. The high drama continues. I think it's a 20. Outscored just for Feet and White 39-19 in the fourth quarter. They lead by 3. We approach the final minute. Tim Hardaway in 3-point range. Oh, he shot it again.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Another 3 for Tim Hardaway. That's his 6th in the ball game. And he is on his way to an MVP.
Here goes a guy who's been cold the whole first half. Didn't look like he was interested in the ball game as much. As soon as it comes down to the wire, he's been doing it the whole career. Comes in the fourth quarter, just takes it over, right, Bob?
He's done that many times, and, you know, I hate to give Charles Barkley credit, but he said at halftime, he said, we're just trying to lull him to sleep. We're going to get into the game in the second half. We're going to win the game. And he was right. But this guy with the ball is...
little Marcus Haynes move here by Tim Hardaway at the lower dribble.
No, it's not Marcus Haynes. It's Tim Hardaway.
Okay. Thank you.
I thought it was Curly Neal.
I told you yesterday we broke this game down who would come in here and dominate it.
And he got it. You said Hardaway would do it. 31 points, 13 assists. Notice how he brings that up, Jason.
That's only twice. Oh, okay. We got 28 seconds left.
You didn't know Einstein was to the right of me? MC squared, E equals MC squared here.
Tim Hardaway now with 32 points, 13 assists, 6 3-pointers, 28 seconds to go, and give him 33 points, and his team up by 8, 125-117. Gary Payton.
Can we put on the Frank Gifford? Can we start singing Turn Off the Lights? like Monday Night Football? I mean, Don Meredith.
Dandy Don, you meant. Richmond over to Malone with time running down. 15 seconds. Reggie Miller takes a look. He checks the clock. Shoot it. Here's Richmond. And there is your ball game.
Great game.
History.
Great game.
The question is, will it be the only game? That remains to be seen. A crowd of 9,500 on hand. The seat 12,500. And Tim Hardaway, your most valuable player. No surprise after that second half, that scissor. Wound up unofficially with 33 points, 13 assists, 6 3-pointers. Most of that damage coming in the second half to lead his Red Athletic Addict team from 21 points down to victory. His team outscoring Just for Feet 44-21 in the fourth quarter, and the Red wins it 125-119. What a comeback, and things a lot more dramatic, I think, than we anticipated.
No doubt about it. But again, Charles Barkley predicted it. I hate to give him credit. And Tim Hardaway's very capable of what he did. But they all certainly played a significant.
That we thought it would be. We didn't think there'd be
without a season up to this point. And
beside Andrea Joyce. Andrea?
All right, guys, thanks. Tim, an impressive performance today. You guys trailed by as many as 21 points. How were you able to turn it around in the fourth quarter?
Well, we just said if we get within 10 in the fourth quarter, that we could we have fourth quarter people on our team. Mitch, myself, Sean, Kim, Carl Malone, Patrick, all of us are fourth quarter people. When it's time for us to start making shots, making plays, that's what we do. And we say get up under 10 in the fourth, we could bring it home.
Everybody questioned the endurance of the older team. I guess all of those grueling Pat Riley workouts paid off for you. You look like you didn't miss a beat.
Oh, no, I'm not missing a beat. I told you I'm ready to play. You know, we just it was some fun, but you want to get a workout while you're out here, and that's what I did. We got a workout, and I was shooting some shots I'd normally shoot in the game with the Miami Heat. And I was making shots.
All right, here now to present the Globe.com MVP trophy, Claire Lipnicki and Todd Kreiselman. Go ahead, Todd.
Tim, on behalf of the Globe.com and everyone here, congratulations on an awesome game.
And you will also, in addition to receiving this trophy, this honor gives you $20,000 to send off to a charity of your choice. And where will that go?
I think I'm going to send the money off to a charity that I know in Chicago, the Support Group. There's a foundation that helps out a lot of kids in Chicago, in the city of Chicago, and they, tutoring, whatever, SAT, ACT, get them through college, and, it's a good program, and I think I'm going to give it to them.
Good job. Thanks again. Hope to see you in the real thing real soon. All right, back to you, Steve.
All right, Andrea and Tim, thank you so much. Fueled by Tim Hardaway's 30, asking former head coach Bob Hill for your assessment. Do you think, deep down, there will be a season?
I don't really have an opinion on whether there's going to be a season or not, but I would say this. The NBA's had a great run.
25 Just for Feet, 119, and that'll about wrap it up for the game on Showtime. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Our thanks to our statistician Dave Freed, Rob Oliva, our researcher for Jason Williams, Bob Hill, Andrea Joyce, our tireless crew who produced this event on extraordinarily short notice. Steve Albert saying so long, happy holidays from Atlantic City.